Chapter 1. Try Not to Die. The First Principle of Gen X Philosophy by Tom Agachi. And Tom Agachi's meow moved across the waters, neither living nor dead, and saw that staying alive was good enough. The Book of Indifference. 1. There are countless philosophies in the world, entire systems built around purpose, enlightenment, transcendence, legacy, mindfulness, productivity, and whatever the hell optimization is supposed to mean. Every decade invents a new doctrine telling you to do more, be better, achieve something measurable, and glow spiritually while doing it. You must hustle. You must manifest. You must metabolize your trauma into artisanal soap and sell it at a night market. The expectations never end. I'm not here for any of that. I begin every day, and this book, with one principle: try not to die. That's it. The foundational axiom, the bedrock of all higher reasoning, the entire Gen X metaphysical scaffolding in 4 words. If you woke up today, and you seem to be reading this, so unless a ghost has exceptionally strong literacy skills, we can assume you did, then congratulations, you have already succeeded. Everything else is optional. Bonus content, side quests without XP rewards, DLC that you are under no obligation to download. C. Despite how aggressively modern culture dresses itself up in wellness jargon and spiritual bumper stickers, most of life comes down to a single unspoken truth. Existing is harder than anyone admits, especially once you hit the age where your back can spontaneously leave the chat, especially when your body wakes up and chooses violence against you for sleeping slightly diagonally, especially when you're old enough to realize that half of adulthood is explaining to medical professionals that you don't remember when the pain started because it has always been there. Staying alive isn't passive. It's an ongoing negotiation between knees that refuse to cooperate, a spine shaped like a question mark, cholesterol numbers that look like a blood-borne lottery result, and the creeping suspicion that you slept wrong and may never recover. Gen X does not need to be told how to survive. We learned it intuitively. We were the Latchkey generation, feral, fluorescent lit, raised on microwave nuggets and unsupervised afternoons. We mastered the art of making it to adulthood through luck, instinct, a healthy distrust of playground equipment, and the ancient right of being told to figure it out. Trying not to die isn't laziness. It's practical mysticism. A spiritual low bar that you can trip over and still say you made progress. Compare that to modern self-help. Every influencer wants you to rise and grind. Every podcaster wants you to activate your potential. Every life coach wants you to journal your traumas into a leather notebook that costs more than your car payment. Meanwhile, here I am, offering you something revolutionary in its simplicity. Did you remain on this side of the mortality line today? Fantastic. You beat the odds. Skip meditation? You're fine. Forget yoga? Nobody cares. Didn't hydrate? Neither did most cowboys. Your ancestors fought saber-toothed tigers with sticks and shadows. You fought with fatigue and traffic and still showed up. No one gets a medal, but you do get the quiet satisfaction of persistence. Trying not to die is more than a principle. It is the final evolutionary stage of Gen X wisdom. It is humble. It is achievable. It is refreshingly bullshit-free. But more importantly, it grants you permission, something few philosophies offer. Permission not to chase every optimization trend, permission not to reinvent yourself quarterly, permission to let life be life without drafting a 5-year strategic plan for your emotions. Try not to die is a spiritual permission slip written in dry erase marker, and the moment you accept it, life becomes strangely lighter. You start recognizing that half of the stress you carry isn't about survival at all. It's about the pressure to pretend you're thriving. Thriving is great, sure, but it is not mandatory. Nobody has ever turned to dust because they only hit adequate that day. One of the great lies of adulthood is that you must always be doing more improvement, more healing, more mindset shifts, more productivity. Gen X philosophy counters with a shrug. Did you survive the day? Good. Mark it as a win. Progress? Optional. Growth? A happy accident. Self-actualization? A luxury item, like a heated steering wheel. And here's the twist. When you stop demanding so much from yourself, you actually end up doing more. Not because you're grinding harder, but because you're no longer weighed down by the cosmic guilt of not being perfect. Trying not to die is deceptively efficient. It cuts away the noise, the hustle, the pressure, performative flourishing. It leaves you with the one measurable outcome that matters. Continued participation. You don't need gear. You don't need a guru. You don't need a TED Talk with inspirational cello music. You just need to inhale, exhale, repeat. Unless circumstances make this inadvisable. Once you accept this as your foundation, the rest of the philosophy becomes shockingly easy. I'm not promising clarity. Clarity is expensive and usually comes from people with too much time. I'm promising comfort. The kind of comfort that feels like jeans worn in all the right places. Durable, practical, slightly cynical. This is the first chapter because it must be the first chapter. Everything else builds on the simple truth that you are still participating in the biological experiment known as living. The universe does not require you to thrive, or flourish, or evolve. It only requires that you maintain your subscription. And for today, you did. Great work. No notes.